When disaster strikes and the grocery stores are empty, most people will starve within days because they've never learned how to find food outside of the traditional food system. But here's what they don't know: food is everywhere if you know how to look for it. The survivors understand that cities and wilderness areas are full of edible resources that most people walk right past every day. I'm talking about urban foraging, one of the most overlooked survival skills in the modern world. While everyone else is fighting over the last cans of food at the store, the smart survivors are finding fresh, nutritious food sources that most people never even notice. Let me give you some examples that might surprise you. Dandelions, which most people consider weeds, are actually more nutritious than spinach. They're packed with vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants, and they grow almost everywhere. Chickweed, another common weed, is rich in vitamin C and tastes great in salads. Plantain, which grows in almost every yard and park, is not only edible but also has medicinal properties. But urban foraging isn't just about wild plants. It's also about understanding the food resources that exist in cities but are often overlooked. Community gardens, fruit trees in parks, edible landscaping around office buildings, these are all potential food sources that most people never consider. Here's where it gets really interesting. There's also the controversial but sometimes necessary practice of salvaging discarded food. I know this sounds unpleasant, but in a real survival situation, you need to know how to safely assess whether discarded food is still edible. This isn't something I recommend under normal circumstances, but in a true emergency, it could save your life. This is exactly what I teach in When All Hell Breaks Loose: Stuff You Need to Survive When Disaster Strikes. You'll learn how to identify edible plants in both urban and wilderness environments, how to safely assess and prepare found food, and how to navigate the legal and ethical considerations of urban foraging. But here's the key: urban foraging isn't just about knowing which plants are edible. It's about understanding the ecosystems around you and knowing how to find food resources that other people miss. It's about looking at your environment with survivor's eyes, seeing potential food sources where others see nothing. The truth is, most people are completely disconnected from their food sources. They don't know how food grows, they don't know what's edible in their local environment, and they don't know how to find or prepare food outside of the grocery store system. This makes them completely vulnerable when that system fails. In wilderness settings, the principles are the same, but the resources are different. You might be looking for edible roots, berries, nuts, or even insects. You might be hunting small game or fishing in streams. The key is understanding what's available in your specific environment and knowing how to harvest it safely. But here's what most people don't understand. Finding food in a survival situation isn't just about knowing what's edible. It's also about understanding nutrition and energy conservation. Some foods might be edible but require more energy to harvest and prepare than they provide. Others might be nutritious but only available at certain times of year. The survivors understand these nuances and make smart decisions about where to invest their time and energy. Think about it this way: if the food distribution system collapsed tomorrow, how long would you last? Most people have maybe a few days of food in their homes, but they have no idea how to find more when that runs out. The survivors have trained themselves to see food opportunities everywhere. Don't wait until you're hungry to learn where your food will come from. Get When All Hell Breaks Loose and learn the urban and wilderness foraging techniques that could keep you fed when the traditional food system fails. Because the truth is, nature provides everything you need if you know how to look for it.